Um, Oga Moses,
Yeah.
they say agriculture na untapped sector for Nigeria wey Nigerians never realize. I know say many people dey invest for agriculture, but e be like say the thing still look vague, or e be like say e dey complex, or they never break am down, or say no be everybody dey get interest. What exactly is the advantage of agriculture wey e be say Nigerians never know, wey you on your own by experience and by education, by exposure, don realize, wey you feel say Nigerians suppose know?
Okay. First of all, I no need to define agriculture because everybody understand agriculture is the
Mm,
tilling of the soil
mm,
and planting of crops for harvest sake and then for consumption. I be one person where be say whenever I look around Nigeria or whenever I go to the market, the things why they see people they sell for market, they always they pay me for body.
mm,
Because while growing up, I used to tell my friends, I say, I no know say they go ever carry bitter leaf go market go sell.
mm,
I no know say they go ever carry scent leaf go market go sell. I no know say they go ever carry coconut, those basic things
mm,
go market go sell. But while growing up, everybody had this thing in their garden.
mm,
Ugu, they have it in their garden. Bitter leaf, they have it in their garden. Then even pepper, as much as possible, we had it in our gardens. So whenever people they complain about price of things too high, let me start on this note. First of all, the importance of agriculture is basic because first thing is you drink water and you eat food.
mm,
If you have that, you have solved your basic needs in
mm,
the society. And the reason we dey kill ourselves, some of us dey overwork ourselves, na make we for fit eat.
mm,
Now, this eat, if it's not the basic things you need to do, why is it that most of our people today, because of civilization, have utilized probably the best part of our lands
mm,
for probably some economic factor which is not benefiting us agriculturally. When I say economic factor, for example, some of us don't use our land stay build house finish, and as annoying as it is, as we dey build house we dey interlock the whole compound.
mm, mm, mm. True.
Where we were growing up, and most of the estates we know all over, at least by the special grace of God, I've traveled the 36 states of this country back and front. I know pass, I stay, and I know how their people and their culture behave and their agriculture. I fit tell you say in those days growing up, if you go Benue till today, you can get some crops, some produce far cheaper than how it is in some other places. When you
Mm,
hear a tuber of yam is 7,000, 12,000, 8,000 in places like Edo, Delta, and other places. If you still go to Benue, you can still buy those things for 1,000 naira, 2,000 naira,
mm,
maximum 3,000 naira. Because why? We know those places as the root of agriculture.
mm,
They plant very well, they
mm,
have crops very well. But when you come to this side of the world, like Edo State specifically, Gary, oil, those are the things they enjoy so much. It used to be very cheap then. But these days, because we have driven these things to the villages, we no longer have them in the cities. Growing up in, I use Benin for example, because I spent most of my life in Benin. Benin is a place where before you pass 2 3 houses, you don't see where they plant cassava,
mm,
you don't see where they plant this one. But today, civilization, everybody wants to be with the tech,
mm,
ICT. They have ignored agriculture totally. I want to give an instance. When I finished from the university, my compound where I stay in Benin, there's an empty land behind, and I called the owner of the house and I said, I want to utilize your land. And he said, no problem now. For what? I said, I just want to plant some things. And where I stay then was an 8 4 flat
mm,
in the compound. So I plant pepper, I plant ugu, I plant bitter leaf, I plant okra because it was a big land
mm.
and I had portion of them there because those are the things we call subsistence farming. Those
Yeah,
are the things you
yeah,
have for
yeah.
personal consumption.
Mm,
Do you know that the whole of my neighbor in that compound, they were not going to the market to buy bitter leaf. They were not going to the market to buy pumpkin. They were not going to the market to buy pepper. All they just need that, oh, bro, how far? I beg, I want go your garden. Go do one. These are the things that Nigerians is supposed to be bringing into the system, encouraging in the society. not building house and interlocking the house, not building house and making sure that all you have is synthetic grass where you can no longer swimming pool in the compound. You see a whole big portion of the land is occupied by a swimming pool. If our individual, everybody decide to say, okay, let me do this in my house, I don't think pepper will go to the market. I don't think bitter leaf will go to the market. You have solved some basic expenses. And when I calculated, in a month, we know how much we spend on these things.
Yeah.
So you have solved some basic needs. Then again, the government has failed to encourage agriculture. How do they encourage agriculture? First of all, the issue of insecurity in Nigeria is a big challenge on the government. Whenever I hear them say they are giving grants to farmers, how do you want farmers to go to the bush when the bush is insecure? There are big lands, there are virgin lands in the forest. In some Western world, people go build their house in the forest because they want to live in grey areas, green areas, plant what they want to plant, eat what they want to eat. But these days, we are now encouraging even scientific agriculture than the local one where we have virgin land because we cannot protect our forest. We cannot protect our bushes anymore. When I see people say, the green agriculture, I've forgotten the name of that, biochemical agriculture, where somebody will have to plant something with electric or with science when we have soil. So I feel the major issue the government need to solve now is solve the issue of insecurity and allow everybody to go and farm from themselves. Weekend in those days, even the corporate workers, the civil servants I know, because my parents were civil servants, weekend they have farm. On Saturday, we are excited to follow our parents to the farm. You see somebody who is a medical doctor, he has a farm somewhere near his neighborhood. But today, we have sold all the land. Government has encouraged real estate to occupy the whole space. No space left for farming anymore. So I think that is a basic challenge in agriculture.